So I'm going to change it. I hadn't changed the wording up a little bit. Uh, I don't know. I might just take your opinions on it. So historically, I've always done um, individual drawing sheets for all my parts, which is kind of what you're accustomed to doing. But I kind of like the idea of putting all the parts on one sheet. I was contemplating rewording this. I haven't done that yet. The way it's written now, all the parts are on their individual drawing sheets and then an assembly drawing, much like you did the 10-49s and the stuff like that. But I'm thinking I kind of like the way that you did the chain extractor drawing where everything was all on the same sheet. So, um, but here we've got these parts. It's a two-arm puller. If you were here last night, you saw the animation of the thing exploding. Um, I need to create detailed drawing views of all of the parts except for these listed in the standard parts here. I don't expect you to model these parts. Now, in Inventor, you need these parts to put into your assembly so the bill of materials is correct. So in the project, I actually have um, a download zip file that you can download those parts. Now, hopefully everybody's going to use Inventor. If you're using AutoCAD, I have those standard parts as 2D AutoCAD drawings too that you could use. Um, but this is definitely one that Inventor is going to take a lot of work out of it for you. I actually have, and it doesn't do Brianna much good, but I actually have here in the lab, I could probably open it up and look at it. I haven't in the lab here this drawing project, and I don't mind kind of giving you a peek of what it's going to look like. Let me see if I can pull it up right now, if I can remember where I put it. So I'm thinking I'm going to write it so that we put all the drawing views on a single D size sheet. Um, So each individual parts, this is much like the chain extractor drawing that you did just recently. We've got all the part views over here, and each view is very important to have this label that has the part number, description, and material. Um, so a couple of these parts have a table, just like what we were talking about just now, right? So this knob, there's two knobs that are very similar. So instead of doing those twice, we're going to use the table here. Same way with this little handle here. We can create these tables and use these variables here. Uh, Orthographic assembly views. So a lot of you either skipped the orthographic assembly views, didn't include it at all, or if you did include it, you certainly didn't show the hidden lines. Orthographic views always have hidden lines. Pictorial views should not have hidden lines. The title block will have a scale. So my scale is 1 to 2. Anything that is drawn with a scale different than 1 to 2 needs to have the scale noted. So if you decide to do something different than everything else on the drawing, note that scale. If it's 1 to 2, you don't have to put it on there. The title block takes care of it. Does that make sense? So I'm going to rewrite those instructions a little bit so that we're putting all of these parts on one D size sheet. So you're going to need the bill of material, and notice that your bill of material has all these standard part numbers and all the, those are the bolts and nuts and stuff that you buy right off the shelf. So you don't have to model those. Those will come in. As you make your parts, I strongly encourage you to name them as part numbers instead of descriptions. Add the descriptions in the description field in the I properties, and you will get the bill of material to populate correctly. Otherwise, you'll be wrestling with that. Don't be afraid to use detail views where you need them. Use the section views where you need them. Don't forget about surface texture symbols, where you need them, how they go. Doesn't that look like fun? So I'm not gonna like leave this up for you to look at over and over, but I want everybody to get a good look right now. It is on the Zoom recording, so you can go back and watch and take another look at it if you need it. I'm not going to leave it out in the classroom for everybody to just look at, but this is what your final project is going to look like and what I'm hoping to get from you.